This man is the most...
Hello everyone, thank you all for being here. I'm your host, Single-Malt, and I'm here today with a fantastic groupment of people. I kid you not, this is the most excited I have ever been about a podcast episode. I'd like to think that there is some big grand goal we need to achieve, something massive that we need to discuss. There's absolutely nothing like that. The very fact that we've managed to make this whole thing happen is game changer for me. That is mission accomplie, as they say in French. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm having the time of my life tonight. We're going to speak to these fantastic people. If we have questions, let's fire them up. If you're curious about something about their lives, the way they do things, the content that they create, their past, their future, their ideas, don't hesitate. Show them some love. Put your questions down. And especially, let's show them, like we've done with the Ankama team, that the international community is there, it's strong, and it's fabulous. The vibe is something that everybody will love and really, really like. So, without further ado, let's roll the red carpet for our guests today, and let's show them a warm welcome. Yo! Hello, everybody! Hello! What is going on? I've told them in the intro, just in case you have missed it, we don't have any grand goals tonight. We don't need to answer any big questions. We don't need to put any massive changes in the table or think so hard about anything. We are here to have a fantastic time and to tell the entire world that we have built a bridge between two communities that played for a long time side by side, but sort of siloed, separated. And we are shattering all the stigmas and all the old ways of doing things. And to that, I say thank you all, every single one of you three, for being here tonight.
No problem.
Woo! How are we feeling? How are we feeling tonight?
Very nice. A little bit tired from work, but we are really proud to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So it's
Angom?
After today's live, it can be better.
Oh, yes,
Oof.
we had some great news. That
Yes.
was a very nice live.
Really? Are you excited for it? Because I was in
Oh, yeah.
Team Tobias's channel. I usually just tag whenever he's live. I'm listening, and I like to chat with him. And one of the things he said is, "I'm freaking out because I have at least 75 articles right now."
I didn't get it tonight, so he's on it.
So how are you cool and chill about it? How?
I don't have 70 articles to write.
Okay, that
Main
helps.
thing.
What about you, Skyzio? What are you most excited about from today?
I was aware of all the change since 1 month at least.
What?
I was since I work in Ankama, so I've got all updates in advance. But I was aware of all the change since 2 to 3 months about shields and stuff. And I was excited only for one thing. It's to everything to come out, so community can use this and play with this and see how community reacts to all the change. So yes, it's all done. So now we wait to have it in beta and test it.
Nice. Do you feel like a weight off your shoulder? You can speak about it and not have to hide anymore.
Yes. Yes. I'm teasing some people since 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm putting some little rocks on my Discord to let them search. But yes, finally we can speak to it.
Yeah, I know that feeling because this is the first time I have ever been contacted by Ankama to do any sort of big thing for the game that I play. I did the Dofus Touch release for the Epsilon server. That was really cool, but it was a game that I forced myself to play because I don't play Dofus Touch. But this time it was Dofus, and they've invited me to this mega thing as one of 2 international players, and I kid you not, I found it incredibly hard not to explode and tell everyone a week in advance, this is happening and these are the details and I know this and I know that. So I certainly sympathize and know that feeling. Thank you very much for that sentiment. Gosh, I'm so excited. Excuse me if I talk too much or show too much excitement. That's just me being very happy. It rarely happens, but you're gonna get to see it, all three of you, tonight. Thank you again for being here. I suppose the best way to start that I find is by telling an anecdote. Oh, go on.
One little thing, just Angom, you might want to talk a little bit to check if your sound is good.
Oh yes, go on.
Oh,
Holy
why?
shit.
Is there a problem with my audio?
No, I don't think it's a
Just
problem.
to check if your levels are
yes,
like ours.
Yes, to answer your question about how we are today, I'm exhausted from work, but I'm really happy to be here, to speak a bit of English and to have fun. So it's a great opportunity to bridge the communities, and let's go.
Awesome. Freaking awesome. I'm just usually the way I introduce people is by telling an anecdote that is embarrassing about me so that everybody can sort of relax and have the fun of their life. Those first 5 minutes where the nerves are there, they go away when I embarrass myself. But this time I'm not going to do that. I'd like you guys to tell us about yourselves. Let's start with you guys. And as far as I'm concerned, I have gotten to know you through seeing Ankama lives, through seeing some work you do. I know some things about Hugolaz, I know some things about Skyzio and some things about Angom, but not enough to present you or say anything about you. So I suppose the first segment, we would love to sort of get to know you, who you are, in as much detail as you want. If you'd like to take turns, whoever wants to start, just give us a little rundown. The international community does not know anything about you. Who are you?
You don't have to let us have a chance. You need to design someone.
Hugolaz!
It's a trap.
Yes.
As you could say. Okay, so I present myself. I'm Hugolaz. I am 27 years old, and I am playing Dofus for almost 16 or 17 years. I've had a little bit of time playing Call of Duty while the 2.0 version got released, like many people have, probably, because of how popular this game were at this point in time. But as Forgotten or Steamer in French got released, I got hooked up again in the game, and from this point on, I just began to play again. I met up some friends that presented to me Twitch, and from that point, I just streamed from time to time. And as for now, I am at 11 and a half year of stream on Dofus.
11 and a half years of streaming Dofus. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which means I know a little bit of people in the stream game, as
Yeah.
you would say.
Yeah.
And I'm not the oldest streamer in the Dofus community, but one of the oldest, I would say. Not in age, but as experience in this streaming domain.
I think the word is veteran that you're looking for.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah.
And yeah, veteran, but I have changed my way of streaming a lot from years to years.
Mhm.
And as for now, from March 2020, I'm doing Défi d'8 in French, which
Mhm.
could be translated to Eight Man Challenge.
8 man. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you know Washington, some of you on this channel might already know him. He's doing something very similar with the Ironman Challenge, which means that you cannot buy anything or ask any other player in the game for any help. You are trying to get along with the entirety of the game all alone.
Impressive.
And I've been doing this for 4.5 years now.
Okay. Fantastic.
And, from March of 2023, if I'm not wrong, I got to the point where I changed the challenge to being a 24 character, which sounds odd, but I did 24 characters because it means that I can play every single class of the game while having 3 separate Steam.
Wow. Oof.
And,
Usually people go from 8 to 4, not from 8 to 24. You've added the 2
Yeah.
there.
My mistake. And
Awesome.
sadly, it also means that to keep great comfort in game, and because I am more scared than I should, I spent a lot of money in a new computer for the end of the year.
Finally, has it arrived?
Like,
Or are you still holding off for the deals for Black Friday, whatever it's called?
no, I spent 3,700 euros.
That's how much it costs to run 24 accounts on Unity, people.
And just
Wow.
to say that, it was supposed to be around 4,400. So I still managed to get a lot of great deals from places to places. So
God damn.
it doesn't seem like so. Sorry, but how to say that, the Black Friday isn't really a Black Friday. It's just the Black Month at this point.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And you did well because you can get a head start now with your videos and your progression, generally speaking.
Plus, one thing that I was not afraid, but I wasn't sure about that was stocks. I was kind of afraid of missing one of the pieces of the computer and just being there like, okay, I need to wait 1 month to play Unity.
For a second, I legit thought you were unsure about stocks and you were asking me to explain what stocks are in finance. So I was like, I'm not at work. I'm not.
Yeah, I just managed to.
That is the word. That is the word. It
Not
just
stocks like crypto or any shit like that.
That's cool. Yeah, it's literally the stocks, the availability of pieces. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Fab. That is awesome. Congrats on the new PC. You must feel like you're breezing through right now. Is there anything else that you've missed, like a core component of who Hugolaz is generally? 24 accounts, 11 years, Ironman playstyle.
I think that most people have understood that I am dumb or mad. Depends on how you think of it.
How come?
And that's it.
How come people think you're dumb? Why is that? Because you're running so many accounts, or what's that about?
The simple concept of Ironman challenge is already dumb enough to make people stop at level 50
Yes.
for 99% of people. And
Yes.
there is on the other end, Washington, Frankie, and me.
Yeah, there's a few people who play it, and honestly, I have given it a try, and I'm part of the people who did not even see level 50. I was like, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. Thank you so much for that thorough. Thank you so much for that thorough introduction. Love it. Angom, would you like to take up the introduction part? Who is the mysterious Angom?
Why not? I'm not that mysterious. I've done that. I've done this. I don't really know how to start properly my presentation. Firstly, I was a forumer on the official Dofus forums, and I stayed there quite a long time. But it was also quite a long time ago. Now I mostly jump from one project to another project. I worked with Millennium, Gamosaurus. I now work with Team Tobias and Guidactik.
Nice.
And I've made YouTube videos. I've done a lot of things. I can't quite get the grasp of everything I've done, and it's sometimes I sometimes get the vertigo from where I started to where I'm now. But yes, I don't know if I'm really that clear about what I did around Dofus, but I lived a long life.
In terms of how much you wrote, my understanding of what you do is that, first of all, you are that one person that everybody knows, and somebody who discovers you from scratch. It's like, who is this guy that everybody knows that I can't find anything about? When I
Yes.
do research, I usually find a lot, but you are quite mysterious, and that's why I've labeled you as such. You are part of Team Tobias Guidactik. You have worked in Gamosaurus, which was a big reference for articles and things like that. I went to your YouTube channel. There's a lot of music there and packed with humor.
Yes,
Oh my god, the humor about people's thumbnails, the video editing is just crazy. So I'm not entirely sure how to pin you down as a content creator.
I can't either. I really jumped from one project to another project, and currently I won't say that I slowed down since 2023, but I started a PhD in graphical computing,
Ooh,
and so
nice.
I've got a lot of free time that disappeared. So I try to keep up, but it's sometimes difficult to.
Yeah. You've just earned a new nickname in chat, Mr. Dofus Worldwide. That's it. That's Angom. Everybody knows
he
him.
also appeared on TV.
Oh?
Yes, I did a lot of things. Yes, it was for Click TV with Humility and Logan. I think it was back in 2021.
Oh.
And it was a nice retrospective about Dofus. And I think it was before Temporis 5, but it was somewhere in early 2021.
Was it that round table activity they've done where they brought content creators and asked you how to better the game? Or was that different?
No, it was different. Yes,
Real
go.
TV. Like
Oh,
real
proper TV! God damn!
TV.
Whoa! That is cool. That is really cool. I mean,
Nice.
I would put that goes on the CV easily.
Yeah, one of my biggest regrets for this setup was that I took a challenge to finish a video before the end of the year, before the end of 2020, and I did not finish the video. I still haven't, but so I shaved my head, and just 1 month later, Humility contacted me to participate, and I had no hair on camera, and I think I looked ridiculous.
Okay, I can relate to that. I know the feel. Thank you so much for that. Is there anything that is central to the way at least you perceive yourself? How would you qualify yourself as a I know you said it's really hard, but what is it that you like providing as value to the to Dofus players? What is it that you give them?
I like to provide assets and guidance to everyone, but I'd say I like to hyper focus on some subjects and I don't know, to be everywhere, to be happy. I don't have a really a set objective for the game. I like to walk around and discover stuff. Right now, I think I'm going to mount a crocodile lobby. I think it's like that also in English. But
Yeah.
to initiate everyone to the pleasure to design a new breed for the game, and
Oh wow.
I want to gather the maximum amount of people around a crocodile class for the next year.
As
I
in
think
the
it would be great.
20th class. You want the
Yes.
20th class to be a crocodile.
Yes,
God damn it, we're coming
I'm
back to that one for sure. We're coming back to that one. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I must admit, I still can't pin you down despite the intro and everything you've said. You still remain mysterious in my world, and I hope by the end of these 2 hours that we will get better clarity on the whole situation. Skyzio, the man who needs no presentation in every French household, yet, and I'm sorry to say, in the international community, you still have to introduce yourself because we just don't know much about what's happening on the other side of the channel crossing. So who is Skyzio? Oh, let me double check the audio.
Okay, maybe.
Someone without a mic.
I think he's muted. Is that? Do we blame the Mac for that?
Sorry, I'm here. I'm
It's
here.
cool, it's cool.
No. I was laughing and it was a bit awkward, so
It's
I
cool.
muted
It's cool.
my mic. But if you got an hour or two, yes, I can introduce myself. No, I'm a player since 2007 or 8. Around out. Dofus was my first online game. I'm not a big player outside some very specific games like Dofus and Pokemon in general. My main goal on Dofus is to have fun, so I try to get the maximum fun from all the features and all of things you can do in Dofus. And my favorite thing to do is theory craft. I'm doing a lot of builds, a lot of tries to do some dungeon, lots of tests on class and all. And I'm recruiting a lot of characters since I play. I've got my first 200 character in like 2015.
Mhm.
So it was a
A
bit
while ago.
recent since a while, but it's only half of my time on the first. But
Okay.
yes, and so I've got many try to know how the game works, and in 2020, I've done a big work about how to use the game, how to play the game, how to do the quest, how to do the dungeon, and I've put it all in a big document, a big doc on so everyone can do the same. And it was on 2021, I think.
Okay.
But
3
yeah,
years
and
ago.
since then I update it every update. So yeah, and
That is a topic of
uh,
conversation in itself that could take 4 hours, but I'm so curious about it and I will come back and ask you a lot of questions about it. But just for the sake of the intro itself, you've mentioned earlier that you were part of the Ankama development team and you get the news beforehand. What is that about? How
yes,
come that?
in mid 2023, I started to work for Ankama for the testers, and it was a bit odd because I'm a player before
Yeah.
that, and being part of the enterprise that do the game. It was we need to do a balance between how we play the game and how we work on it. So
Yeah.
since I'm how can I say that? Tester is a role that need to check everything in the game. Everything works. Everything is fine. Everything is okay for the players. Not only on bug side, but also gameplay. So we need to do a lot of feedback
Whoa.
on that. So every
Wow.
time we do that on with my player role, I do that also in tester role. So I need to do a lot of things in the game to make sure everything works. But I'm really enjoying that. My health, not much, but
I
yeah.
imagine it's quite wild at the moment being at work and all the changes
Yes.
every week.
Uh, each week it's not, but because every time we report a bug on the forum or on Discord or Twitter or
Twitter,
everything
yeah.
else,
Yeah.
I need to check if it wasn't already known to make sure we don't duplicate every bugs. But I also know that sometimes some bugs cannot be resolved now, or because I know that we've got an update in 1, 2, 3 weeks. I don't need to insist on something, and sometimes I try to play with with some people to make them to make them can I say that to play with them with something I know that is coming, but I say the exact opposite to make sure they don't try to fool me or I try to fool them in this case.
From
So,
now
yeah.
on, I don't believe anything you say because I know you're playing a 300 IQ 4-dimensional chess
The
because
best
you
thing
know.
is being on Skyzio's Discord server and also knowing the information and trying to guess if he's trying to fool the person or if he just forgot the information too.
Mind
About
games, I
shields,
like that.
about
No,
shields,
no.
I'm
I don't think you forgot anything about shields.
I'm doing a little gaslight on my Discord about this, but because I'm teasing some of them to know that some statistics are going to change. Everything on Shield should be new, but I also tease them to know that some Shield can be put on some sets and can change how we work. Or
yeah.
on new sets on mid level and low level, and
Uh-huh.
it's
You
really
got-
really fun to
Yeah.
make them fight or debate on
He
this.
enjoys it.
Yes, a lot.
I see why they
But
like you. I see why everybody speaks highly of you. You're fun to be
It's-
around.
it's really useful because I can take all this information to put them on a doc or on my own reflection or on feedback on game design or anything else to know if we missed something or just some new ways to explore the way we work and the way we put something in the game. So yes, it's
That's fabulous.
it's fun,
That is
but it's also useful. So it's all good for me.
We
That
are
is
live social
incredible.
experiments.
Yeah, in his world, we are all there to collect data. That is freaking awesome. I love
We are
that.
mere puppets.
That is awesome. I usually, as I've told you earlier, I usually start with an anecdote, but this time I wanted to hear what you guys had to say before I tell you how I discovered every single one of you. In one story, I'm gonna try and hit all three and get all three together. So, the first one, to nobody's surprise, I started by saying it's a household name. So I've started playing the game ages ago, like 2007, 2008, but then I took a massive break because university and Dofus meant that I failed 5 out of 6 classes on the first semester, and that was it.
I do not agree.
What?
I'm currently a PhD student, so we should, on contraire, I would say that Dofus helped me through my uni
Ooh.
life because before I started computing degree,
Yeah.
I was trying to do health and social scholarship with I don't know how you call this in English, but it's a way to become a doctor. So I've
Okay. Yeah. Medicine.
medicine,
Mhm.
and I ended up not liking at all the internship at the end of the first year. So I tried to do something else, and Dofus helped me get into a computing degree, bachelor degree, and from there I continued.
God, you're amazing. I used to stay until 3 in the morning in the Kowalak area being leeched by a Nekaflip who had a neutral damage weapon, and I was losing my shit because I was leveling and it was cool. And then I realized, oh shit, I need to be in class in 3 hours. It's fine, let's continue. So I had to delete it. But in any case, recently I had my little girl was born and I decided I'm going to take a year off and look after her. And what do you know when you're up all night with a computer and a sleeping baby? I fired up the only game that I ever really enjoyed, Dofus. And the first thing that you ask yourself is, how do I progress? What is the state of the game? And that's where the household name Skyzio comes up. Everybody says, Le Guide de Skyzio. That's it, you've got all the answers. You want to progress, you want everything is in there. It's the Bible. And that's how I discovered the existence of the grumpy cat who runs a big social experiment, as I've learned recently. And then recently I've started, after playing the game, about a year into it, I used to share a lot of content in the guild Discord. And one of the guild mates was like, dude, you should just stream. And my question was, what is streaming? What do you mean stream? What is it? And I see a lot of shocked faces, but I'm a boomer. And he said you should stream it. So I started streaming my guild activity. We're maging, we're chatting, and it just caught fire immediately because I realized there's not many people who stream in English. There's a lot of PvP really good ones, but PVM is sort of lacking. And doing it on Twitch sort of opened the gateway for more people to enjoy that content. And because I started going on Twitch, I naturally branched out, started listening to the lives, watching other streams to get better. And what do I find? La Sapologie, the dapper Mr. Hugolaz, who presents his streams in a way that looks pixel perfect. The way he dresses himself, the way he looks, the way he presents his overlays and everything. He completely he fired up his camera.
Yeah, my...
Your camera is dying on this precise frame.
The doubt. So a lot of the early things that I wanted to add from my stream were just things that I enjoyed from other streamers, but mainly from Hugolaz. And from him, I took this sort of look, presentation. Every stream has to look good. Why should I be chill and just casually stream? Why don't we get a bit serious about it and have fun, deliver good content? I move on to watching Hugolaz whenever he's live, and then in comes the Ankama convention and those, what is it called, Japan Expo, these little things that I did not know existed, so I start watching them, and there I see Manaya, who is the representative of the international community, walking around and just speaking with this chap that I recognize. Ha! Hugolaz, I see him, I recognize him. And right next to him was Angom. And I've never seen, I kid you not, I've never seen anybody as fearless with a microphone as Angom. He literally jumped on it and he was just talking in English and just looking at her straight and explaining these things. He's pouring his mind, not giving a shit about he's coming across. Is my English bad? And I loved that. I loved that energy at that moment. I was like, this guy is amazing. So I started looking at their stuff online, and suffice to say, the curiosity piled up and bubbled up to the stage where I had to speak with them to clarify some things. And this is why we're all here. Thank you all for the fabulous introductions. I have one question for every single one of you. Feel free to answer it in turns. If I logged into one of your main accounts right now, your main account, the one, and I click the recall potion, where is it taking me and why?
I'm going to check because I can't remember.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a think about it, Angom.
I know where it leads, and it will be quite deceiving. It will lead to Pandora, and it leads there because I was too. How would you say that? I was too lazy to just go somewhere else.
Okay. But how did you go there the first time and save it?
I went there in the first place just because of the quests in this zone that were Uncle said that without being too angry. I would say it was a nightmare.
Okay, I see.
Quests in this zone are just the worst.
No.
Tedious, yeah.
Literally, it's absolute worst zone of the game.
Wow.
Just that.
And mind you, there's an area that is called the nightmare area, and he's saying Pandala is the nightmare.
I haven't done quests from this zone,
Nice.
but as I know, there are not as much quests, so I suppose
Fair
that
enough.
it is a little bit faster.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But
Cool.
Pandora,
Questing, Pandala, fabulous. Skyzio, I imagine when you double click the recall potion, you're teleported to work. Is that true?
Yes. No. I think I would go to. No, I don't know. Work. Work is good.
But in game, is there any zap that Skyzio really likes? Your main zap?
No, I'm not. I'm not a very fan of Zap. I'm more of specific maps.
Okay, let's hear it. First time?
For atmosphere or just music. And I'm a big fan of the Elysel sub area because we've got a story about some people that plays piano on this sub area, and we can hear the piano and music. And I love the story of this area of an old big. I don't know it's say in English or you say in English banquet. A big,
It's the
a
same.
big,
Fist.
Banquet.
yes.
Banquet or
Okay.
banquet. Yeah. Or
A
feast.
big a big room, and we've got a ghost that plays piano on this map when any groups are on this one. So yes, it's a lot of nostalgic story, and I love this atmosphere. But if it needs to be a zap, I think it would be Suffokia.
Aha!
Right.
I'll tell you
Because
what.
Steamer.
Go.
You
go.
do record all your videos.
Steamer. Yeah, I was gonna say every single guide is in the Sophokia's app.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's also because there's not much of players that can trouble me when I record. But sometimes I can see some players that stops on specific maps and when I'm on it.
Nice.
On beta.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a calm place with only Son of Water, and with Unity it's really really I don't know really calm, really
Peaceful.
Yeah, calm.
I love it. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is.
So yeah,
Paisible.
really good area.
Oh yes. I love that. I've
Wait.
never had that before. First time somebody tells me I'm not into zaps at all.
You know what peaceful is just because it plays Minecraft.
Is that the case?
I'm more of a hardcore player on Minecraft, so
Nice.
but yeah.
But he knows it exists.
It doesn't exist, yeah. Nice. That is remarkable. Angom, did you take a moment to think about your
of
answer?
course.
Yeah.
I just used a recall potion, so I'm now at 3 ghosts. And
Ah,
it's my
Free Ghost
most
one.
favorite zap because I can have the bank close by. I
One
have
map.
I can sell my stuff really easily on
One
the
map.
closest map.
Yeah.
And there's also I do quite often the Fight Club quest. So
repeatable quest.
yes, so I think I have this app since 2019, and but only for my main account. All my other accounts are at the big temple in Ashtu, because sometimes they are no longer subscribed. So
Subscribed, yeah. That's really, it makes sense. That is so cool. I think Free Ghost 1 has a big significance for Dofus players. We all remember it as being that one expansion that brought the whole game to life. I don't know
Yes.
if that's how you remember as well, but that certainly is the vibe I'm getting with 3.0, the release of Unity in December. I really hope it lives up to that kind of scale, especially with the content they bring otherwise. But thank you very much for that. That is awesome.
I'm not
go on.
pushing any pressure, but a crocodile extension would be nice with a new class.
Yeah.
I see. The
There's already a crocodile extension.
No, it's a preparation. It was a long time ago. So
The man is campaigning hard. He knows what he wants and he's going to get it.
yes,
With-
there are more stuff to steal from Makfu, for example, on Moon and other things like that.
Nice,
Ah.
nice.
If we can use focus core on a more big area with
Yes.
some new levels, like
Why not?
mid and low levels. But yes.
Why not? The other thing I wanted to wrap the introduction with is I sort of summarized every single one of you in a sentence or a symbol or a logo, and this is not me speaking. I've gathered this from interacting with your content. And while we're still on Angom, I think
Yes.
your logo is, you know what? I am happy. And then
Yes.
there's a Drupik in every single one of your images, communications. Can you please tell us, how are you happy and what does that have to do with Drupik? And just hash the whole thing out for us. What does it mean?
Again, I still have no idea. I started this project with another person back in 2016. And it was something really fun. On my way, I think it's in English, or Saarach in French.
Yep, that's the one.
Was the latest extension.
Yeah.
So we had some fun with Rupik, with the fact that he's on every map on the extension, and he had this very particular way of speaking and always being mysterious, but also saying, you know what, I'm glad. And we made the Twitter account, and from there I stuck to the word. So if I had to say why I'm happy, I don't know. It's
That's
more
good.
a momentum thing.
I think it is for the best. When my wife asks me why do you love me, I say I have absolutely no idea, but I don't want to look into it.
Yes.
So I think it's one of those things that are best. If you are it, then just keep it as it is, not question it.
I know what it is to not be happy, but I prefer when I'm happy and I don't know why.
Yeah. That is brilliant. I love that answer. It was such depth, unexpected, and I love it. You've reframed Drupik in my mind right now. And just to reverse back to the previous interlocutor, Mr. Grumpy Cat, you are the most technical person. I'd like to say I have zero surprise that Ankama wanted you to test their stuff because every guide that you make is so in-depth that watching it can't help you. I would say with the exception of the Zelor, you were right that I wasn't up to speed. I don't know much more about it. But every other thing that you do is so technical and detailed. What is that all about? And why the Grumpy Cat? As well?
The Grumpy Cat, it's an old joke that I don't change my profile picture for many years, and now it's too late to change, so I keep it. But yes, it was a joke on like 4 to 5 years. I don't know, because I'm grumpy in real life, and I'm always complaining about some things. So yeah, it was really good for me. But when I saw this picture, I just feel something about that picture that resonated in me. So yes, I just put it, and now
Fair
it's
enough.
It's here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I had a little aside for you in particular, Skyzio. The class that I'm most curious about is the Fogonaut. Every time I see it play, there is something about it. It's like almost musical. Do you know when you see someone that is in deep trance, that or dancing or making some art or doing something and they're deep into it? That's the feel and vibe I get from watching the steamer do its thing. It's so harmonious. Would you recommend, I know I'm asking a priest about whether to join a religion or not, but would you recommend me to main it in the new server rush and explore the class deeply?
Oh, yes.
Short, easy.
Without technical details, I can assure that Steamer is really, really, really the best class for leveling in general. So yes, you can totally do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that you can just learn the class not with some specific levels, like some class you need to be at level 100 to unlock a new spell or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Steamer
yeah,
is already all good at the beginning, like level 15 or so. So you can just update your gameplay with each spell you unlock. So you don't need to learn anything about it beforehand. So that's a
Okay.
really, really good thing. Some class really need to
Study them.
be aware of some
Yeah.
some problems like Xelor and some states on some innovable state or something to really play the class. Steamer is just it's fine. It's always fine. We always find a way to play, and it's the most I don't know the right term. Polyvalent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
versatile. It's the most versatile.
Versatile. Yeah.
That is what I
Yes.
see about it. You can be support, you can be damage dealer, you can be a tank, you can play pushback, you can play everything that you want with this class. And it's
Yes.
just crazy to me that it's not broken. You have all these summons that give you heal, shield, damage. What? 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 It
is
sounds
broken.
broken to me. Really? Do you agree? See?
It's
it
broken.
is broken.
Yeah. Should we ask the game developer, the game tester, maybe, if he thinks so? Or is he biased?
No, I'm not based. I'm really aware of how the stimulus is busted right now,
Yeah.
and I asked for some nerfs since the last modification to make sure everything is really fine. So I don't like when players play the game with only one thing in mind and uh, try to do all the leveling with only one element or only one way
Yeah.
to play. So
Yeah,
I
repeat.
encourage them to test everything. So when a way to play is more powerful than the rest, and is already something that another way to play is doing the same. So we can't have a good balance on all the elements. So
Yeah.
I
see
already
that.
asked for some nerfs. It
Oh.
already happens on beta,
Oh,
but
wow.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's enough. But in leveling, it can be bad with summoning class. So
Man,
yes.
it's honestly, I'm just gonna take a quick moment and say this is surreal to me. When I started pressing live on the 31st of December last year, literally just to mage for a guildie and do it quickly and chat with them, I never expected I would be talking to someone who said, I've asked for nerfs, that is in the office, it's being processed. And it's crazy to me that literally Skyzio just put that forth inside the team. And another thing that I've noticed, how often, this is a side question, this is like a kid watching some famous person, how often do you get asked for kamas?
Oh,
Put a billion in
like
my account, please, or...
every day.
What?
I
No! Angom, you really have to stop, man. We've talked about this before. That is crazy. That's so cool. That is really
Sometimes
cool.
on details. So sometimes it's just an advice on something. But the good part of my work is really to be a player and a tester. So I
Tester,
can really show how everything should work. But
Yeah.
I've got also a big experience on the game, so I try to share it on everyone that needs it. So yeah, I don't give advice really often. So on my own.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes, some people can ask me for some advice if they want. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I suppose as
every
long as
day.
they're not asking you to do something naughty and give them information they shouldn't have, it's fine, right? You can give your own personal. You're a player after all.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. I can feel like you get the balance right because you're experienced and everything. Thank you so much for that answer. I was curious to see how often you get asked. Hugolaz, I want to ask you your thing by showing you something first.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, yes indeed.
Okay,
Yes.
I know what he's going to show.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Of course.
So this is my most prized possession, and in it, if I can get it right, you can see the signature of Hugolaz, and the special Becky is here. Would you like to tell us what is the significance of the Becky for you, and why have you adopted that? It's yours now.
Just to go through all the process.
Mhm.
In the first place, Ankama released a shield on this boss, and it was just the Pecky shield, and I did it just to say, okay, I got the shield, I equip it,
Yeah.
and I laugh because it's just so silly in the first place, and it is so bad. Like it is really bad. But
Invisible, yeah, and it hits
is
hard.
really funny.
Okay.
And just by that, I was like, you know what? I will keep it. Just from now on, I will just keep this shield, and it will be some kind of how could you say that? Some identity of
Uh-huh.
our characters.
Yeah, yeah.
And from this point, I was just okay. Let's keep it. I kept it for many years, and through all the years, I was creating a bond to this character just
Uh-huh.
because of this fucking stupid shield. And just because of that, I was getting to the point where I just felt like, damn,
Yeah.
Pecky is kind of charismatic after all.
Wow.
In a way,
Wow.
not just because he's how could I say that? Not because he's handsome or anything like that. Just because it looks silly, but at the same time, when you see his face, you just feel like, okay, I know what it looks like, and in 3 years, I will already know what it looks like, what it looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
And just by that, I was thinking like, okay,
Yeah.
there is a little bond, and it got removed from the game, and the bond could have just been erased.
Uh-huh.
No, it got
No, no,
stronger.
no. Wow,
Because I was
unexpected.
like, okay, I got the shield, and nobody else, at least from the current player bases or new players, nobody else can get it. And I
No.
was like, okay,
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know, that reminds me of Jay on Shadow, one of my favorite content creators in the international community. A guy who edits the wiki in English on his own spare time, the biggest contributor. Fantastic guy. He has a similar story with a character that I did not even know exists, called Le Titar, the Groogler. Does any of you remember it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pet you can obtain. I think
Yes!
it's resources from. I don't have the term, but it's Marrakesh.
Yes, yeah. The crocodile area.
Yes.
The swamp.
Yeah, another one.
I expected you to know about it, Angom, after everything you said about the crocodiles. That is fantastic. So the Pecky lives on, and the bond got stronger after it got removed, and it has become an identity piece now. You own it.
Yeah.
You see the
And,
Pecky, you know who it is.
One funny thing that
Uh-huh.
happens sometimes on the stream is that some people that just doesn't know me at all
Mm-hmm.
just come on the stream and say, "Wow, you got 8 golden Hispanic shields just because this is fucking golden.
That's what you call it.
And just by that, I was like, yeah, I got 8 Hispanic golden shield, yeah.
It's me.
And then
it's
I
me.
open up the inventory and they see the pecky faces going.
Yeah,
And,
silly face.
It's always a funny interaction to have, and I will be glad if it happens more often.
Yeah, why not? That is
Sadly,
incredible.
Sadly, people don't join my stream frequently. I am the kind of guy that keep its community, and recent viewers are just not that frequent, to say the least.
Yeah.
That's the kind
But-
of thing that happens when you stream for 11 years.
Yeah, I imagine. You have a completely different experience to the rest of us. I have no way of understanding what you're going through as a content creator because I've literally not even finished a year. And you're talking about 11 years, so it's a different scale altogether. Right, thank you all so much for those answers. I would love us to segue into something a bit different and a little bit more serious, if I can say so. And we are back. For this next segment, guys, we have had a mighty time getting to know you in more detail, loving how many times you get asked for Kama Skyzio, the fact that you can't yet pin yourself down on Angom, so I stand no chance, and the charisma of the Pecky and the incarnation of it. So, after we've got that out of the way, I thought I've got 3 people here who have an incredible wealth of experience with the game, with the people who make the game, with the company that makes the game. So I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about your thoughts on the elephant in the room, the colophant, I should have said, the colophant in the room, today's update. And for that, I have an image that I wanted to trigger something in you and just give me your ressenti, your feeling, à chaud, the hot ones immediately. What was you thinking when you saw this?
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Of course, this one.
we all know it's a diamond and pearl, and we should have gone through platinum first, and yes, it's a 4th gen of trophies. It's incredible.
Okay.
I don't like that they kept bonuses with damage and final damage, but it's still the 4th gen.
4th gen of idols, and you're not very big fan on Gom, I take it.
50-50.
If you were to put your finger on why you don't like it, would you say because they try to remove power creep but still kept it here? Is that what?
It's a cool move, but gameplay wise, I don't like the bonuses.
Fair enough. Okay. I just want to point out, we don't know the values. It could be 3% spell damage. It doesn't have to be 15 like the shields
I
used to be.
I
Yeah.
hope it's max 5%. It would
Okay.
be
Okay. Skyzio, do we have any rights to any spoilers today? Or are you going to reverse psychology as by telling us 15 and we think it
Do you
might be
want my
5?
own response or the correct response?
We'll take whatever you want to tell us. We'll take everything that you're allowed to tell us.
The real reason that we got these trophies are for runes. So we can have all the runes that we already had by shields, but we can't have them with the new shields. And we
Yeah.
can't count on Jash to get them,
Oof. Imagine.
obviously.
Buy an 80
but,
mil item to crush.
But I'm not particularly fan of them, but I already know the bonuses, so I'm a little biased. So I will let you discover them on Thursday,
Yes,
so
on the
you can
7th,
see
yeah.
yourself.
That is cool. Okay. Hugolaz?
On my part, I think that bonuses will be like actual trophies that we already know, which means that there will be level 50, level 100, and level 150. I think that we are seeing at this moment level 150 bonuses, which means that if we consider the way trophies works, it should be something like 2%, then 4%, then 8% for the level 150.
Mm-hmm.
And the 8% would mean that most of Dofuses would be a better choice. But at this point, there is a disparity between what could be really the best option on taking this trophy or taking something like Dolmanax. And that's the main reason I am not really, how could you say that? I'm not worried, but I, at the same time, feel like there might be some tweaks to these trophies,
Mm-hmm.
as they might maybe be a little bit overpowered from one point of view. It's because they are very easy to access compared to some of the Dofuses that will end up doing the same kind of increase to damage on every characters.
Yeah.
We need to also notice that it also means that you don't have a trophy that would have led you to get a lot of stats. So it's not without any sacrifice.
Yes.
But it is a way of balancing things out. The main thing is new shields that we will talk about later, I think, are balanced out, so percent damage on these trophies are not as meaningful as they are on current trophies.
Okay.
I am
I see
not
what you
going
mean.
to explain all the details, but
Yeah.
from this point of view, just having less fixed damage will end up making your percent damage a little less
Meaningful.
meaningful and
Yeah.
making your character power creeping.
I see. And did I get it right? Because I don't know if you know this, but I usually put the Ankama live in French in my head and I blast it so I don't hear myself speak, and I just speak in English everything that comes out so that the international community gets the information at the same time, because Ankama does all their comm in French essentially, at least the most important one. Writing tends to lag a little bit behind, but we get it more quickly. And I thought I heard that these trophies will not have any conditions. You won't need 2 items. Is that true, or did I mishear that one?
I don't think they talked about it. I think
Really?
it will be
I don't remember.
I think it will be a regular trophies, but I don't think they spoke about conditions.
Oh, okay. I thought
Mm,
there was this whole thing about conditions.
I wouldn't be surprised if the only condition will be to be enabled to equip 2 at the same time. Because if you have spares damage and distant damage, it would be quite
Yeah.
not overpowered, but it will get stacked up and get
Intense.
to a point where it can be problematic.
Yeah. Skyzio, did you have anything to add? Did I miss something without giving us anything that we shouldn't be knowing?
About these trophies, the with all the apps that we got of Dofus, like Ebony or Dolmanax at the same time years ago, we've got big problems on trophy parts that we can't equip them all at once. So we need to make choice, etc. And if it's a trophy, if it's a trophy slot, and not a shield that we can equip at any time, it should be more balanced, even if it's a big value, because we need to lose something to put it on our stuff. And yes, it's a final damage, so it's not the same efficacy as the Ice Dofus or anything like that, because we need to know each spell and how damage are calculated on Dofus to make sure these trophies are really worth it on our stuff. Not like a shield, a four leaf that we can put on every stuff without
I see.
Without any
so
hesitation.
Yeah.
yes,
It was a
so
no-brainer, yeah. This one you have to make hard
exactly.
decisions, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Ah.
I've got two four leaf with range on it and Nova on CC to on critical to make sure it's all good. But with only this shield, I can make like 90% of my stuffs. So
Yeah.
it was really a no-brainer. So
Yeah,
so
true.
I think this trophy are more balanced than the shield.
Fabulous. So there's a lot
Anyway.
of thought that went into it. That's awesome. That's good to know. The other thing I wanted to see is this right here. A transition to this one right here. It has been a long time in the making. We've heard a lot about what it can and what it can't be. And finally, they've settled on a decision where they removed the power creep altogether. And to my surprise, the entire community was like, fine, we thought that was going to happen because they've told us power creep is the problem, so percentage damage going, no surprise. But what do you think of the new shields being just ordinary items? Is there what came to your mind when you saw that Angom, for example, when you saw the new shields and the stats on them?
I expected nothing less. To be honest, I was expecting to see those characteristics, so I was not surprised at all. And they are quite different from, for example, the first Torch, which got also a shield revamp a few years ago, but they went on a different path. But for Dofus, I honestly didn't see another way out for the shields, but it's my opinion.
Okay, so you're okay with that. Hugolaz?
I was expecting it, to be honest, because percent damage was a problem, and just seeing how the community got as a reaction is already quite a great example of how most of the community acknowledged that.
Yeah. We rarely all agree on something, but that was the case where we
Yeah.
did.
Oh yes, I was soft on my response, but I wanted to blast off the percentage of bonuses because I think they ruined everything balance-wise.
Yeah, it's true. So, are you happy with it, Hugolaz?
I am happy with it. I just I'm not worried, but I am how could you say that? Intrigué.
Intrigued.
Intrigued about how all this shield will end up if they are in sets.
Aha, theory
Because
crafted.
as this is a big part of why some theory crafts are just not possible at the moment.
Aha.
It may unlock some not crazy stuff, but it might unlock some 12 AP sets. And even though we haven't seen anything like that, I am pretty sure that we will probably see percent crit chance set. I hope
Yeah, I hope
with
so,
12
yeah.
AP because
12-6.
they absolutely all sucks.
Yeah, yep. You
I'm
either
sure
have...
I'm sure
Got-
people will found dastardly stuff to work with regarding the shields.
Skyzio, I suppose we should also ask you, despite the fact that you knew all about this and you didn't warn us.
I'm really fan of this update.
Wow.
But the real problem with shield right now is because we already have some offensive shields. We can go back and put some defense only on them. So we need to keep a statistic, some offensive statistic like criticals, like elemental, and etc. But the way they did it without add some damage or something like that, put them on a really good spot when they're more diverse than previous, but They're not a big part of the stuff. So we go from the best slot in all of the stuff with the shield to a more balanced one like a ring or something like a trophy or pets
Yeah.
with some specialty, but with a new way to play one. But
Yeah.
there is one problem we need to acknowledge to really understand what is going on. It's because some shield are added to sets that are already existing. We need to know
Oh.
that like the bouclier eponym is in the Wukong set. We
Yeah.
need to check that if the AP bonus is on three or four items. So if it's on three, we have a new way to build, like with a helmet, an arm, and a shield, or
Yeah.
the cloak, and anything like that. So we need to make sure that everything is balanced. But I think that
Wow.
shield that are in sets will be better than without, because the shield is a really versatile slot, and we already see this with Elysel sets or anything like that. And
Yeah.
when the shield was bad, the set was bad, like the war set with the shield with a big
The
damage.
malice.
Yes, a big malice on it, and it should be okay for the war set. But we need to watch to other sets to make sure everything is working. Because if we got new shields, maybe some old shields will be added to old panoply, old set,
Yes, we
like
discussed on your Discord Amacnian set with the Captain Amacna cape.
Oh
yes,
yes.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
Okay.
sometime we can see some shield that are only on set that have the same name, like we already know the cycloid one, the posede one, the
Cyclo.
some of the shield have the
Solar.
same name as the set.
Uh-huh.
So we need to watch if they're added to new sets or if they're only shield. And
Yeah.
if they are dead, it should change some little thing, because we can get some 12 AP sets with many more
Yes.
damage than we than we
Before.
think.
Yeah, if you get an extra bonus set from, it's like yeah,
Yes.
that could undo all the efforts of removing power creep if you just give you an extra bonus. I'll take 15%,
Well,
but I'll give you 150 more power everywhere.
I would say we should reserve power creeping for the next sets that would be implemented with the crocodile extension.
Okay. The message is clear. I hope you're taking notes, Skyzio. I hope you're taking
See you,
notes.
I'm not only taking notes. I heard that every day for the last months.
Oh, he is contributing.
That's his
Yes,
strategy. He's going to keep
I'm a
telling
big
you that
fan
every
of the
day
idea.
until you do it.
Oh yeah, I have prepared a big plan with slides and a full fake presentation around the idea, so it will be a big lobbying push for next year.
Now we're starting to see why you remain mysterious online and we can't find much
Oh, yes.
about yourself. Okay. Help me understand this, and I'm directing the question specifically to Skyzio, but please, the floor is open if anybody has any burning feelings or understanding to provide me. Ankama had a problem with power creep. The shield, which are a defensive item, a shield, just in conventional wisdom, you use it to defend yourself, was the most offensive of your entire items in your inventory. And they've wanted to resolve this problem by giving us a shield that looks like any normal item. It does not look like anything that has properties that pertain to what a shield should be like. Do you think this is an interim solution, or this is the finality? They're not going to push it any further. That's it. We're done with it. Is the problem solved, really?
with as many as shield as we have already, I don't think it's a good idea to change them later anymore. Maybe some adjustments on specific case, like legendary item, like we had on the last update, not last, but before that. But I think that with every shield that has been modified, the real problem is only sets. So I think we can just nerf some sets if it's if it's
Everybody plays them, or
yes, yes. So maybe, but I don't think we can think of new modification and shield after that. But we've got another month to know if they change something. So
yes,
maybe on the
Yes.
beta, but not after.
Yes. Okay. I like that. You have kept it as low key as possible. Hello, wife. As low key as possible, without really giving away all the secrets there. I see what you've done. Okay, this next one has a little bit of a background story that everybody needs to know about, and it's this image right here that you see in front of you.
Oh,
This is an image I have taken from the Master Pecky.
1 year already.
This is so old now. This was his thinking, Hugolaz's prediction about how the new colophants and new items, the new pet mounts that they've added were going to look like. And as you can see, he hit it with a remarkable accuracy. The stats are the same, the percentages are a bit off, and the power itself is just a little bit off. Do we think it's because he hangs out a lot with Skyzio, or does he have divine properties? Can he see the future? What can you tell us about this?
Not the divine properties, it's just something that really needed to be implemented in the game.
Okay.
Just to share my process of thinking, just all the colophants were 4 different mounts with different colors, which meant that they were all elemental in the first place.
Elemental, yeah.
You add to that crit and stats mount or familiar
Pet?
pets.
Yeah.
Pets weren't in the game at the moment. There was only Dragons.
Yeah. Drago turkeys.
That could have 8% stats and 8% crit, sorry, and 70 stats at the same time. And I thought that it would be a great implementation to add this kind of stats. The middle below 1 mount add some bags, which meant that it was supposed to carry some things. And by this point, there wasn't any mounts that gave 2000 pods. So it was quite logical. And the 2 others were just some things that I would have liked to see.
Are you a private detective in real life, Hugolaz? Because you said you came back from work. Is that what you do during the day? Do you investigate things? Because that is remarkable. And just in passing, Skyzio, if you ever need a tester, there you go. He's there. He's got the vision. He knows the game. He's got a sense for it, and it's really remarkable. I showed you this image really to start a question with it. Of you guys have a big kind of experience in the game, and I never get the chance to ask someone who's played for 11 years just streaming and played more, and people who work at the company, and Angom, who remains mysterious but knows a lot about the game, ask you guys. This must feel like a bit of deja vu, this transition to 3.0. And speaking of clairvoyance and look into the future, what do you see when you project yourself in 3.0? End of January, the hype has sort of died down of the rush, the big events. Everyone that is paid has left. What is the game like? Do you have high hopes? What do you see it being like? Anybody has any burning feelings? Any ideas they've thought about a lot and ready?
No, if we talk about feelings, when I think about the first 2.0, I think back about how I started Dofus 2.0. At first, I thought it was just a minor update for Dofus, and I didn't really look in depth with how the game looks, so I didn't see much of a transition. But now, I think it's still the same, because as much as we have a new client to play, it's more about how you experience the game. The game is more fluid. You have maybe more interactions with the UI and options for multi-account,
Yeah.
but it's still the first, and you have new musics. It may change some things, but in the end, it's still the same game, and we will continue to play until all the server closes in maybe 10 years or 5, or I don't know. And
Okay.
I don't have that much expectations from the release. Of course, it will be cool. Of course, it's impressive to have a game ported to a new game engine, but in the end, it's still the same game and the same quests and the same global experience.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. That is a very balanced view. I like that. Far away
However,
from hype and gloom.
however,
Oh,
we really
there it
need
is.
a 3.0 trailer to set the mood and to say, yes, it will be something new, a new era for Dofus. With 2.0, we had a nice trailer. It's not a well-known one, but it's one that I think is very cool, and it sets the ambience for the years to come. It had the new musics that were implemented fresh from 2.0, and
Yeah.
it had a really a view for the future, even if it was produced by the company Ankama. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we need something like that with 3.0. They are building a huge event with Rush, with Server Rush, with many events starting the server and so on. But we also need a visual and maybe artistic representation of what this new era will be.
Uh, is it fair to say that you are thinking of a sort of political feel, like when a politician gives you an idea of the future that makes you
Yes. Oh.
dream and right? So this is what
Yes.
Ankama needs, really, a
Or
politician to say, see
no.
it how I see it. It's gonna be
Yes,
good.
they need that, but without words. It should be with music, it should be with visuals, and it should be in maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Just showing the games, having a little story that is played out with the characters, without telling everything. It's a nice way to present a game and to say, okay, here is Dofus 3.0, and you can play it now.
I love this idea. Did you already give it to Papino? I'm asking, just if you didn't, I'm gonna
Uh,
take credit and say I've thought of it.
I asked Logan at the time. I think Papinot and I already talked about it.
Yeah. Shame.
But if nothing is done, I will do it myself.
Okay. Fabulous. Do you, Hugolaz, Skyzio, do you have any sort of answer to that question? When you look to the future, what comes to mind? Give me everything.
Do you want to begin?
I can.
Go on.
I see more work.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I don't have much expectation because I already love the game, so I don't have to need to have big new ways to enjoy. But what really lacks the game is the new way to put the community together and put them at work together. Dofus is known in France. It's a big part of our French community now, because it was a game that was available on many PC, and every a big part of a gaming community in France already played the game when they were little. A lot of our generation already
Yeah.
played the game, and the fact that the game was popular created a new way to use the game, to use it as a social network, and community was a big part of this because even
Yeah.
if everyone was playing on their own teams or guilds or anything, they stayed connected because they got strong bonds between them.
Yeah.
But since the beginning of Elysel in Draconios now,
Mhm.
I think it's a bit harsh for new players to find new communities because the new way of playing games today is not with many communications. It's more of automated systems that put players in the same groups and put them on a dungeon or something like
Yeah.
that.
Matchmaking.
Um, yes, some and I think that's not a bad idea, but Dofus laws is all of its magic about it, and I think it really needs a new way for player to create new groups, new way to enjoy the game together. And I really hope a new update on guilds should help to remember the first community is a big group and can work together and not only for some events
Yes.
but yeah
Fab.
so and and not motivated by rewards or some money making
Ah,
like
yes.
alliance
Yes, the Nuggets. The
yeah
Nuggets. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big topic.
but
Let's not go into that one because we will just get lost. I had a
Yeah.
little bit of a follow-up question for you, Skyzio, because you, out of everybody else that I know, has an advantage in that you can gauge the vibe internally. Is everything that you said? Are people aware of it? Are people working towards it? Is it a shared thing, or is it just your observation and it's going unnoticed?
Oh, no. Guild is a big subject, even in Ankama because
Mm.
it's a bit of unfinished vibes. Um, Even more since the alliance rework, because a big part of internal already play the game or playing right now, and
Yeah.
the sense that the game is losing this part of
Yeah.
uh, of his own identity.
Yeah.
So yeah, guilds are some of the how can I say that some of um, the 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 big it's a big feature
Mhm.
but without many interest in gameplay. It's
Yeah.
only a list of
Yes.
players that we can talk to or spectate or something like that. And
Yeah.
games today really use the guilds to make people work together. So yes, we've got a big list of possible change
Okay.
for guilds, but we need to have time to work on this. But no, it was already known before I was working at Ankara.
That pleases
It's
me.
more
Mm.
of own feelings about it, but
Yeah.
it's shared by many people in Ankama also.
That pleases me so much. I have an example about the kind of pleasing I mean. About a year ago, I had Manaya and Papino over here for a conversation, and I remember Eslix posed a question to them. The question was, when you give us a compensation weekend, divine thingy or double XP, if I'm working that weekend, I've not got compensation. Can you give me a candy that I can open when I have time to play and do my double XP when I choose to? Papino said, that's not a bad idea. We've tested something like it with the Shadow event. It might come soon, and it has arrived in the most recent one, the compensation for the GPS potions. So as long as I know that there is a willingness, the idea is there, it's being processed, then it's just a matter of time. I'm happy with that. Thank you so much for that bit of clarity. Appreciate it.
And
Hugolaz, sorry, you want to say to add something,
Yeah.
Skizio?
no.
Floor is yours, Hugolaz.
Okay.
Hit us.
So, on my part, considering how the game will evolve from that point on the 3.0 version,
Mm-hmm.
I am quite confident on the way Ankamas and its employees will just carry out the game. The main thing I'm most worried, or not truly worried, but concerned about, is probably the way community will enjoy the game and try to create content around it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I can understand from the past year is that from the lack of content on the game from the last 1 or 2 years, that we could say,
Yeah.
the way content creation has evolved is quite disturbing. It's mostly around one point. Sorry, it's involved around tutorials, which is a great thing, and the game really needs some of this.
Mm-hmm.
But on other parts, it got to the point where clickbait got really, I wouldn't say out of hand, but
Rampant. It's everywhere.
it got quite present to a point where I just feel like yeah, it's
But do you understand
unnecessary.
it? Is it justified given that there's no real fresh content to make content around,
Yeah.
so people have to innovate to make their livelihoods?
I totally
Is that?
understand that, but
Yeah.
I feel like
Uh-huh.
it can get like a bad habit, and
Ah.
that's what I really
Yeah.
tend to
Yes. Fair enough.
dislike about it. But I understand the way it's just kept getting that way. It's no
Yeah.
no bad feeling about it. I
I
totally
have
understand.
I have heard you express that sentiment more than one time in many of your streams that I've crashed, but my response to that is, as long as Skyzio makes short videos of an hour and a half, we're safe. We're safe. The balance is restored. we're in good hands.
Not really that way, but yeah, it's sort of part of it. Like I don't really care about some people doing clickbait or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great thing, and there needs to be a balance. That's all I want to say, and I really think that people need to understand that whatever content you try to create on Dofus,
Yeah.
it will help some people. It will not really help by the way they will play the game, but just help them go through their day after their work or anything
Entertain.
like that.
Yeah.
Entertain them, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people forget that content creation is more about entertaining people than really playing the game. And I think it's something we don't have enough with Dofus, is a part of content creation where it's about the game but not playing the game. And we should have more creators that look at Dofus and try to produce videos that are related to Dofus. Maybe have a glimpse of gameplays, but not really with a direct in-shot camera with Dofus.
Fabulous. This is a question from chat from Persona. Whoever of you wants to pick it up, but he has expressed this concern during the live and after it. The Rush event is going to give economic rewards, as in there will be all these milestones we will hit and we will get achievement points that will unlock resources and things like that. Is that not bad for an early economy, or is that good maybe because it makes it more mature faster? Does anybody have any idea about how to answer that question?
I think they want to make the experience unique, and as they don't really want to be just a server opening, so they're trying to change the rules a bit. And you should not expect the same from the new servers from what you would expect from a traditional server opening.
Fair enough. That's really good. Hugolaz, I feel like you had something there.
From my point of view of doing Ironman challenge and this kind of stuff, I know how awful some of this stuff can be to obtain, and how frequent there are in use in many of the recipes in the game.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that maybe it seems out of place to have some rewards like this to give a rush feeling about it, but I think that the way games are consumed this day are not compatible with how slow it will be to get to the point where you can actually get better sets on all the characters.
Such a good point.
And
That's why the
by just
simplifications make sense, right?
yeah, you could feel like it can make the rush experience and hype around it last less. But imagine you're just watching, let's say, Kameto, which is probably the biggest French streamer with Squeezie on this event. If you watch him and after 3 days he's still on the same set, after maybe 20 or 23 hours of game, you will just feel like this game is just strictly impossible to play, and I just don't want to try it. If you just see him advance
Yeah.
from this point with some actual rewards,
Yeah.
it will make the game looks a little bit better. And
Fair enough.
don't get me wrong, the game isn't as without these rewards. It just means that without rewards and on a very fresh server, it can get pretty dirty, to say the least.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, on a set server, which will happen after 2 or 3 weeks, considering that many players will have some sets, it will get better and you don't have to get rewards to this point. I can understand though the bad feeling about people rushing very well, getting a head start, and then keeping their rush advantage. Therefore,
That is sadly something they can never change. There will always be a handful of people so motivated that they will beat everybody and be faster.
unstoppable. Yeah.
Yeah, unstoppable forces. Thank you so much for that answer. I had one last question, and I promise I want to give you the platform so you can advertise yourself. We know more about you guys now. We want to be able to help join your communities. We want to watch your streams, consume your videos, and enjoy it in a different way. But for that to be able to be a thing, I had a burning question, which is the spirit of everything I'm doing right now. And I want to ask every single one of you, but with a little bit of a twist. And I will start with Skyzio because he hadn't had as much talk time. Skyzio, for those of you who don't know, not only is a game tester and a prolific player himself, but he also comments on PvP. And one of the things I've gotten into recently is PvP. And I've noticed the supremacy of French players in PvP itself. We have had the little upset from Unique, who beat Solari, made it to the quarter, fantastic performance, but that's where it stopped, quarter-final. What is it in your mind, Skyzio, if you can tell us, benefit us from your experience? What is it that the international community needs to be on par and as competitive and produce ideas as the French players? What is it that we're lacking?
That's a big question. The first thing to know is the French community is a bit hostile to international community on the not on the big players in PvP, but on the community in general. Um, a big part of that is some people that continue to put some cliche on Talkasha server and international
Yes,
servers.
I know exactly
so
what you
it's-
mean, sir.
And
It's
we
really
know
harsh.
who you speak.
Yes.
It's really
Respect off.
harsh to the international community to take interest on the French community.
Yeah.
With this in mind, but the fact that two teams are on the God League, on the last God League, and on the Dofus Masters, we've got like 4 teams international. It was the first time that we got as many teams as that to participate in these big tournaments. So it's
Wow.
really, really good. And these
Yeah.
players are not new to the scene. They just got better and better, better understanding of the meta, and also really they really participate in meta PvP, and also some big PvP player are already on the international side. Like if you take Shanghai, for
Diffuse.
example,
Shanghai.
Diffuse also.
Yeah.
They have some friends on the international community, and they speak to them really often, and it keep a good feeling on this community for international teams at high level. So it's really good. Right now, I think the big thing it lacks the most is players. French community is really big, and with that it comes many trash players, but
Yeah.
also very good players. So
Numbers.
it's more represented. It's more represented than international community. But I think in the future, with more international community, not from South America, but also English community in general. I think it could change a little, because as you already say on the beginning of the live, we've not have so many English streamers. We've got
Yeah.
one. We've gone ones before COVID, but everything changed in 2020. We've got new streamers that comes, old streamers that quit. So it was a big change, and community streamers are representative of the community. So if we don't have many English players, we can't have many English streamers also. So yeah, it's more of a balance of player than a bad a bad way to play. So yeah.
Thank you very much for that message. I did have a suspicion that we're not inherently bad at PvP. We just don't have the information, we
No.
don't have the numbers, we don't have the competitive drive. We don't know what we're missing really, but it's changing and I'm so thankful for that. I love that.
Another things that change everything is that I think the international community in Dofus is the more interested in French than any other community I know on the internet. So, the fact that many international people learn the French to understand tutorials, video,
Ankama
and
lives, man.
everything.
Ankama, imagine getting the information about what has changed and not getting the information for a week.
Yes, Maria is fighting for it. I know.
Yes.
But yeah, it's harsh to get all the information when you're international. So I think with more people that put more tutorials or anything on YouTube, it should help international community to be more represented and get more information and more player, etc. It's all in one. So yes, but the international community is not bad. It's just
small.
it's there is not many players as French.
I have invited you to my Discord, community Discord, which I have poised it. I've opened it up to be an international hub, not just me, myself. I want everybody to benefit because we're so small. So everybody gets notified when an international streamer goes live, when everybody can get as excited about their plans and things like that, and is gaining a lot of traction. And I honestly am worried about the day where Manaya decides to leave, for example, because imagine the number of people who are at the mercy of one individual in the company. If he gets a good offer from Blizzard, that's it, we're screwed. That's it, it's done. So I really hope that is something that Ankama sort of has a plan for or will solve before it becomes a problem. The over-reliance on one individual going out of their way to do things. And from this point, lots of love to the lady. Thank you so much for what you do for us. Lots of love. Thank you very much for that answer. It is very well rounded, and I expected nothing less than that balanced answer from you, Skyzio. Thank you so much. Angom, so we can leave the last word to Hugolaz. Angom,
Yes.
you're right. You write a lot. I've seen the quantity of articles on Guidactik. My goodness, you're right. Can you write in English? And
Oh, of
what
course. I must write in English for my thesis. Uh,
for your PhD?
because
Yeah,
I'm doing a PhD, and for a PhD you must write state of the art at your beginning, and it's
yeah,
more or less English articles, English articles, English
yeah,
articles. So
yeah.
there's the reading and also the writing. So yes,
Let me just phrase
I
the
could
question.
write.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to phrase the question, and I wanted to go back to your childhood. The fact that you're a gamer. We have loads of photos
Oh,
of you playing video games from the moment you were a literal baby, interacting with games. Big names that are mostly in English, so I know it's not a problem for gamers, not just Dofus players, gamers in general, to not have a problem with English. But how much of the attitudes in France, or rather the French community, make it really difficult for you to do? I mean, what stops you producing content in English? Is it that nobody will read it? Is that the problem?
I don't have the time. Because
I felt that.
having a consistent and
Yeah.
transparent translation for English articles is a
Yeah.
long way. We could have a parallel site for Guidactik that's only in English,
Yeah.
but if we need to sink a lot of time in preparing the articles, in adopting special words or having a specific vocabulary, and
Yes.
I have a very strong stance against AI, and I think it's a shortcut that harms severely translation. So we must do it ourselves, even with maybe algorithms that are not AI. It could help, but it still takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, but for now,
For now.
I just I just barely have the time for Didactic. So in
Yeah.
French, it's is enough for now.
Fair enough, fair enough. And just to benefit from your unorthodox, I will use the term. It's not conventional. You don't make tutorials how to make cameras, how to do this. You are in the pure content creation. You think the game and you write it in terms of guides that people can consume and understand it properly. What do you feel is missing in the international community? How can we bridge this in your view? Do we need more videos in English and that's it, problem solved? What is required in your mind?
Oh, I think you maybe have more in the English community in terms of content originality. For example, you have Bemis that did some awesome videos, but I'd say you don't have the same amount of guides and articles with English websites. For example, in French we have Dofus pour les noobs.
Yeah.
It's missing in English, so it hurts the games, but I'd say it's also communication and news that are not on the same time. I'm losing my voice.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's the question. You see the kind of question I've asked them. I
Yes.
apologize about.
No, it's a long week, so and we're
Yeah.
only on Tuesday.
Yes. Just as an aside, because you've mentioned translating existing guides, I wanted to say this to Skyzio. We have a fantastic community member called Istos who I've reached out to you, and he is leading the effort in translating your guide to English, and it's nearly done, and we can't wait for it to be released.
And I need to give every change that occurs to the next update. So because with I don't know how its name in English, but Tour du
What is
Monde,
it?
Tour du
Around
Monde,
the
Tournoi des
world.
Donjons, around the world. The two quests that needs to do a lot of dungeons that are the skeleton of my guide. It's bit change because we lost some dungeon to do because 4 blobs dungeon at the same time. It's a bit mm,
Boring.
boring is the right terms. Is the right term. But yeah, and we've got new dungeon that got added to this quest, so I need to update it to make sure everything is okay. And
Yes.
I'm already working on a big update on it, but to make sure it works in English, I'm already translated it some parts that are not on the guide right now. to make
Mhm.
sure you don't have to wait another month or so to get it.
Yeah.
I really want to finish a good version of the guide for the Unity release, and
Mhm.
if any community can use it, I will be fine with it. So yes.
Fantastic. And there's also a new crop of apps, if you know about them, the Magem app, the Ganymede. Those are also in the process of being translated because honestly, we really need information. We're tired of translating stuff from those fooling of it's doing turning us crazy.
Yes, and for Ganymede, I've seen some change about it. Magem, I don't follow how his apply works, so I don't know.
Mhm.
But yes, I work with Ganymede to put some of the guide on my guide to redirect some part of my guide to really well uh, organized part. But
Yeah.
yes, I've already worked with them to the map, the roadmap that you can see on the Ganymede website. If you check, that's me.
Yes, fabulous. I
So
think
yeah.
I've seen you on their Discord interact a handful of times as well. I've spotted you there.
So yeah,
Nice.
and I need to do some new description for every part.
Aye.
But yes.
And I see what you mean by work. More work. That's all there is to it in the future. Thank you so much for
Yes.
that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And we will finish with the delightful Hugolaz. The way I've discovered you, man, properly, and I'm saying this to you in all honesty, is I had one thing in mind when I started streaming. I wanted to do it properly to offer good content for the international community. Nothing of that clickbait nonsense, something a bit innovative. And I realized every single original idea I've had, you had already started it. I thought, I'll do podcast, let's have conversations. And then Itsu in the chat is like, you guys did it 3 years ago. I'm like, fuck, what has he not done that I need to be doing? And that is my question to you. What have you been thinking of doing that you have not gotten the time yet that you can tell us so we can get a head start and start doing it?
Fuck.
He's gonna give us the secrets.
I didn't want to spoil it.
Secrets.
Because
Secrets
I
time.
don't have the time at the moment to try to do that stuff, but
Feel free to not answer if that is going to give us a lot of what you are still concealing, keeping secret. Or I could rephrase the question for you.
One thing
Okay,
that
go.
I can say is that I am working on for almost a year now, and I'm getting tired of it, but we are getting close. Is a video about choosing your class, and you might think, how the fuck is this taking a year?
A year, yeah. They keep changing them.
Because I am fairly too concerned about this video being as good as it can be, and I just spent probably something like 200 hours doing some Photoshops, Premiere Pro scripts, all this kind of stuff. And I truly hope that I can finally manage to release this video around late November.
Yes, Unity before the release.
Yeah,
You can do it. You can do it.
Before the release.
Yes.
So yeah, I can spoil that, and well, you know what? I will say the other thing I wanted to work on, but I want to focus on this video in the first place. I wanted to organize some quiz around the game because I feel like a lot of people on this, there is a insane amount of information in this game, and there are, as you could say, a big amount of question you could ask around the game that could end up being making a great show for everyone.
Yes.
I think I proposed this idea once, but I forgot and moved on. But yes, it was inspired by an English content creator, and I think it was in VR. But yes, we just some not maybe to produce a quiz that is very explicit, to have a very precise answers and something serious, but more something to entertain and have more maybe joke answers to provide. It would be a nice idea, I think.
Wrong answers only.
Oh yes, wrong answers only. It would be very fun.
That's amazing that you mentioned that. I have done something like that in the past. I called it the pub quiz #1. It was the way I've announced to Twitter that, you know what, I'm going to be streaming for a while and you guys might want to check it out. And we've done the first pub quiz, and the second one is happening on the 22nd of this month. So it is going to be humongous in terms of reward. I've designed it so that there's a spinning wheel with massive rewards, and every time somebody gets a question right, they can spin it, get their reward, we take it off the list. And I have done something like that before. If you would like to join this one in any capacity, Hugolaz, as just a guest to watch it, participate, get some wins, or if you'd like to put some questions forth, if you'd like to co-present, I'm open to ideas, and I'd love nothing more than something cool to emerge out of this. The date for it is the 22nd. It's going to be in the evening, so it's a Friday. Everybody finished work, they get their beers out. Fridays are a bit difficult for you, aren't they? Fridays and Saturdays, if I remember.
Sadly, we'll.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
I will go on a break this exact
Day.
week.
That is absolutely fine. That means you can still enjoy the quiz and answer the questions. And if you have thought of preparing one, means you know a lot about the game and you are very likely to get them all right.
Yes, that's just by looking at a lot of quiz and TV ones, actually.
Yeah.
That I got the idea of why in hell haven't we done it on Dofus?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That is the most French thing I do, is watch quiz shows. And that is something that my dad used to watch in TFC, TF1, M6, French television. Those quizzes are they're so French, they're intellectual, they push you to think about things and try and find the right answer quickly. And there's so much fun as well, as an evening kind of idea. Thank you so much for that. Lots of good ideas there. And I haven't got much. Gone?
Okay, yeah, just...
No, go on, please finish your thought.
And the only thing I want to talk about a little bit right now is just that on this exact week, I don't know the exact day of the week I will do it, but on late November, I will do a 24-hour stream for charity.
What is that? For charity? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, all three of you, the moment you've joined, have got the content creator role. With that comes a content creator channel. There's Volcasaurus in there, there is Angom8. It is designed to be a place where content creators share things that nobody will be interested in if they're not a content creator. Analytics, assets for high quality images and things like that. And big shout out to Faro, who is in, I don't know that I pronounced his name correctly. He's in the chat today. Lots of love to him for Ibu. That tool is just incredible and we use it every day. So you all have access to that, but you can also, on the creator info, it's a channel with a red loudspeaker. Please Hugolaz, put a little post there with an image. This is my 24-hour live. It's happening on this day. We'll love things like that and we'll just go and tune in. Yeah. Please do. Please, I highly encourage you to do so. If you feel shy, let me know and I'll post it on your behalf if you fancy. But I think you got everything it takes to make a post.
I will advertise it, but for now I'm not even sure about the actual date. So
yeah, whenever you're ready. That is a convenience that is available to all of you. Skyzio, if you have anything interesting you want to share, any live that you want to get people excited about, and Angom similarly, you put an article, bang it in there, and we just want to see what you guys are doing. The most interesting people on the internet, what are you up to? We want to know. Any last thoughts? Go on, Skyzio.
Last thought. We've got more than 50,000 subscribers to the new servers. So we've got the first
on day one. Well, a few hours.
5 hours.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's
For the
wild.
stats, if you want to know, the last temporis,
Uh-huh.
Azadopia 2, got more than 90,000, I think,
Uh-huh.
for all the months that we've got the prescription. So yes, it's really really fat.
That is nuts. I think the scale is different this time. Am I right in thinking that?
Yes.
Yes.
They did
The fact
really
that we've
push
got
it.
multi-account change
Oh.
a lot of things. But yes,
I just hope people's PCs will be able to cope with it. There's a lot of cool features, auto switch, auto follow, auto this. But God, it is hungry. That client is hungry. And this is before the HD pack, eh?
It's
Yes.
not that bad.
Ah,
For
yeah.
multi-game.
Yes. But we all know that how much you've spent on a new PC, so it better work well for you.
It is overkill. I can already play 8 accounts on Unity with my current PC.
Whoa, nice.
But
That's good.
I want to have the best experience just to
Comfort.
maybe
Yeah.
I hope to
Yeah.
be able to stream it with the HD pack.
Yeah.
Finger
Yeah.
crossed.
God
But,
damn, that is
yeah,
amazing.
That's the thing I'm currently aiming for.
That is incredible. Thank you so much for that. We have reached the final segment. I usually here do a little quickfire round where I ask you guys about your thoughts, which class should be deleted and things like that. But I also want to be respectful of your time because we've agreed 2 hours and we are at the 2-hour mark. And I wanted to pose the question to you. Are you happy for a quickfire round or should we conclude and do the final words promotion bit that I've talked to you about earlier? Entirely
yes,
up to
let's
you.
do
Fire round?
Fire round? Skyzio?
Yes.
Skyzio in? If you'd like
Well-
to go first for the promotion, I'm happy for you to do that. And-
yes, I can. You can follow me on YouTube. That's my first and the big place to be to follow my contents. I've got a Discord with many people, but it's a place that we can give you advice if you want to know to ask questions, to take some information. We've got more guide, more tutorials, and we've got a big document by Punch that put all the stuff that we can use in leveling. So it's a big part of my Discord also, and a Twitch channel, but I don't use it very much. Last month, the work has been a bit tough, and I didn't have more times to use it, but it should come back this week with the next update, so I can finally speak of it. So yes, I will do it, and I will put all the links in the chat if you want.
Fabulous. Please do that for us so that we can get easy clicks. I've shouted you out, so if you want to give it a follow for when Skyzio goes live, and he will post the most important one I think that we should know about is the guide, and that is coming soon in English. He's got a Discord if you guys want to pose follow-up questions. Check out his videos. The shortest video that I recommend is 1.5 hours on what class to choose, and that's just covering 3 classes, and I love them. The first part, I eat those like popcorn every time I want to tidy up around the house or anything. Boom. And I've learned what is an Eneripsa, how does it work, and they're so cool. They're so cool, honestly. The last one, I've learned the suffering states of the Sakri and how it works, and I'm better against them in PvP all of a sudden. I know why I don't do any damage when they're suffering 10. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it, Skyzio. Lots of love. I will just remove the image and everything, and we'll do a quick fire round. And as usual, the 2 guys will give you their promotional ideas. Right. And boom.
Bye.
Bye, Skyzio.
Skyzio.
Take care. Take care, man.
And,
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so
Have a
much
nice
for
night.
coming. Right. And on we go. So, I will explain to you very rapidly what the idea of this quick segment is. It's called Quick Fire Round. Usually, all the time, we get inside of our heads and we think about what to say. Whereas here, the idea of it is to get you out of your comfort zone and just give me the first thing that comes to mind. first thing that comes to mind, and I will shout out a name and then a question. Ready?
Yes,
Okay.
let's go.
Angom, what is the best looking combo of items, hat and cape, in the game? Cosmetics. Most iconic for you.
Coiffe monstruant
Uh-huh.
et Cap Joris.
Okay, Livy hat and Joris cape.
Oh man, it's
Let's
my
go, let's
personal
go.
choice, but it would be Solomon and Waldonk over.
Yes! Let's go. That is the only correct answer. Hugolaz, what is the one class, having played all 70 classes multiple times in multiple teams across multiple lifetimes, what is the one class that is overhyped, and when you play it, you don't really see why people like it that much?
Feka, fuck this class.
Oh! What? What did he just say? What? No! What? I mean, I asked for it, but holy shit, you delivered. Should I ask you why? I'm worried now.
I think you do.
It's actually the most boring class on the fucking
Oh
game.
my god.
It's so boring. It's
Okay.
literally, even with the rework, it is so boring to play. It's insanely boring. Like,
I didn't know what I was
So bad.
walking into asking that one.
and the thing is that when you see all people just talk about this class, they
Yeah.
think like it is the best class of the world, and it
Yeah.
is invulnerable. It's a god mod. It's everything you can possibly think of. And after all, you see
Yeah.
the crowd, and we say, "Oh Christ, brain dead."
Yeah.
Have you
Feka.
looked at Feka?
Yes, this is good for me because you will realize by just looking around my community Discord as people ask me what's a croc because they don't believe it exists. It's a class that should not exist, so they ask me, "What is it? What do you mean you're playing a croc? What is it?" Thank you so much for that.
More seriously, I'm not anti-Feka, but
Ah,
the most overhyped class, not even a debate. It is the Feka. Like, why is this class so popular?
yeah,
While it is not as boring as I said. But
yeah.
A lazy pick.
Fair enough. I mean,
there-
yep,
It's,
yeah.
it's not empty, and
Yeah.
the rework was quite harsh about it. But
Boring.
what have we gotten from this rework?
Holy smokes.
Morglis?
How did I watch hours of your lives and never seen this rant? I mean, you're getting my live reaction, but it's hilarious.
Because I don't want to speak about it. Like,
Fair
as
enough,
I said,
fair
I
enough.
think this class is boring. That's it.
Okay. Angom, what is the one dungeon that you've done and thought this is the work of genius? Nothing about it should change.
Either the Count Auberg dungeon or the Nagate Aquadala dungeon.
Okay, I like that. I mean, I thought I liked you, but then you said Count Harburg for perfect mechanic, and now I'm worried.
Oh yes, no. I think it's a perfect mechanic, and it encapsulates everything about the first 2.0 at its peak. But
Yes,
I
yes,
also
yes.
very much like the Aquadala dungeon because it really is the most structured dungeon in the whole game. It has its own mechanic. It has
Original.
even its own spell, and
Yes, bow.
each room of the dungeon has a sense of progression. You learn about the monsters, you learn about the mechanic, and
Yeah.
it's really well built, and I just love him for that.
Thank you so much. That is really cool. Hugolaz, tomorrow Skyzio
Just-
hits you up. Go on.
Before you say anything,
Go on.
don't hate me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the truth.
Controversial.
No, but seriously, my point of view on this is not
Yeah.
really around the fact that Feka is a bad class. The
Yeah.
thing is, I don't understand why people are so hyped about this. Like, just that people like to put this class in every single comp, and now I am just here like, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Note to
Just
self.
like,
Never ask
it's like,
Hugolaz about fakers again.
what ice cream do you want? Vanilla. It's a Feka.
Yeah. Okay. I see it.
That's-
It's not exciting.
Go ahead.
No,
Say your
no.
question.
You're absolutely right. It is not the most exciting class. If anything, when I think about an exciting class right now, the question I've asked Skyzio earlier is the Foggernaut, the steamer, looks incredibly lively and mobile, whereas the Feka is set gameplay. Put glyph down, damage, put glyph down, invulnerability. Fair enough, fair enough. Next question to Hugolaz. Skyzio tomorrow hits you up and is like Winnie the new game tester. You get into Ankama headquarters and you accidentally trip and hit one button that deletes a dungeon. What dungeon are you getting rid of? Forever.
Oh,
And don't
it's a
upset
hard
Volka.
question.
Don't upset
Hard
Volka.
question. Barbarian.
Ah! What? What? This has to
So
be the
bad.
craziest
So bad.
quick
So
fire
bad.
round. Why? Explain
bad.
that to me, please.
It's just literally copy and paste from the level 300 dungeon.
Ah,
With
the
a
Zag.
reversed mechanic, and
Yeah.
I feel like this boss is just. Do you have the very specific thing in your class kit to counter it, or
Yeah.
are you gonna die on a literal turn 2?
Ah, to her mechanic. Boop. You have the little
The
cloche.
mechanic
boop.
of this boss is not.
Yeah.
It's not something like you can counter by just
yeah.
having a better placement or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you have melee classes, you're dead.
Yeah,
That's
true.
it.
Yeah.
The only thing
it's-
the only thing you can opt for, and this is the actual strategy of this dungeon, is
Uh-huh.
to do a lot of summons and
Uh-huh.
hope that the AI fucks up and just tries to kill every single summon of the dungeon before it goes
That
on
kills
loop
you.
and just doesn't have any AP left.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
crazy.
bad.
That is crazy.
It's so bad.
I saw a big laugh from Angom. Do you have an answer to that one as well? The dungeon you dislike the most?
No. I
No.
like I think about dungeons I don't the dungeons that I don't like I don't go into them, or they are not in the class traditional progression, so I avoid them at any cost. But the latest dungeons, for example, Eternal Conflict and maybe Servitude.
Aha.
I don't really like them, but it's not at the point of yes, I want to delete them.
Okay. So you've just okay. They're difficult, they're not for me, but they're fine to be around. Fantastic. Tomorrow, both of you start a new adventure on the mono account. What class? You're forced to choose one only. Which class are you doing your rush with? Anybody? Ooh, okay. On go.
I think that this class is busted on mono accounts and people are sleeping on it.
So that's your sleeper class, okay.
I don't play mono account, so it's a trick question.
But you're forced tomorrow. You have to make a decision, and there's only one.
I would pick 19 face dice and pick one randomly.
Okay.
Because I don't see the value of trying to choose a class to play this class. I think the most fun you can have with Dofus is by doing stuff not necessarily that was provoked voluntarily. So it's just funnier to pick a random class and maybe have a Xelor, a Fogonaut, or a Rogue, or a Masquerader. I don't care. I just want to have fun with the game.
As long as it's not a Feka, it's fine, right?
Even Feka, it's not that.
It's fine. Fabulous.
It's fine.
This is for you, Angom, and it's not really a quick fire question, but I wanted to get your appreciation because a lot of your content on YouTube is music. What music really blew your mind? When you listened to it, you lost it. You thought, fuck, this is amazing.
I have two teams or maybe three in that regards. The soundtrack for the Count Albug, because I discovered it by searching to the files, and when I discovered it, I said yes, it's the music for Albug. I had one of the themes for dungeon bosses, and notably the one for the Moowolf boss. It's a boss fight that I really like, and it's a very, very good theme. It grew on me, especially with the rework in 2019 for all musics in the game, and finally with Unity. I really liked the music that plays in the Scarafeuille or early underground dungeons. and
Uh-huh.
it's a really nice thing because it uses the new system of music with an intro that really goes ta 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 with a large progression, and then you enter the battle, and it's
I
and
see.
it's
Uh-huh.
I really like the dynamics of this music, and for me it's the best of all new soundtracks for Unity.
I knew I was in for a trip when I asked you
Oh,
about
oh, oh,
music,
oh,
and
oh,
and you delivered.
I have so many things to say about music, but I'll keep just to that for now.
Thank you so much. Those are your top ones that I will go and check definitely. I think it was a podcast conversation like this with I think it was Golden Spirit, who is the largest one of the biggest YouTubers in Brazil. I've invited him. I just started streaming. I was like, "What is your favorite your favorite area?" Do you know the Zap potion I asked you about? His answer was Pandala because he loves the music, and I was like, "What is music? I always play without it." But now with Unity, my God, the quality is
Oh yes,
enormous.
and
It is
just
incredible.
recently in beta you have new musics, and you even have some remixes for old musics, and notably the Moonwolf boss fight
Uh-huh.
has new instruments in its music, and
Yeah.
notably
Yeah. Yeah.
metal guitar, and it
Yeah.
goes so hard,
Yeah.
man. Oh, I
We
already
believe
like
you.
the music, but right now it's a step above.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like they've stepped their game up too much with the
oh
music,
yes.
and I love it. I've joined recently the Music Rose. Do you know the Discord server with Gigi Pladis and all the other ones, all the
Yes.
creators? I'm having a good time with me. We're eating good for music. Hugolaz, one last question. I know you do a lot of area farming, area searching, looking for Ark monsters. In your appreciation of beauty, and we know that you have one given everything about your stream, is what is the area that you've circulated in that you thought, fuck, they really made something really cool here? You are in a virtual environment and you feel, wow, they've done something cool here. What area gives you that awe feeling?
Ah, great question. I think. Hmm.
It's not the Feka temple, is it?
No.
No.
Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Even though it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad.
Does look too bad.
It's quite a great place. Yeah. But I would say. Ah. I would say Talkasha zone.
Ooh, that
I
is,
really
yeah,
like the Egyptian theme of
yeah,
this place, the
yes,
pyramid, all this kind of stuff.
yeah,
Not
very well worked.
not outside, but inside the pyramid after the
Mm,
Stargate thingy.
mm.
I really think that it looks great. The way you navigate in it is not that great,
Yes,
but
true.
the look of it is
It's fabulous, fabulous,
really
yeah.
great in my opinion. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I haven't got much left. I feel like I should have started with this question, but in Angom in particular, I couldn't help but wonder, what does Angom8 mean? Is it mate in English? Is it,
Oh
what
yes,
does it refer to?
it's a quite short story because I wanted to use Angom8 with the special character at the end,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't on many games, so I shortened it to 8 because it was for mate, and it was simpler. And I
Okay.
also played a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so I could
Okay.
also use it for that. And since it had many uses, so it stayed.
Fabulous. I love that you had that on the ready. You've thought about it. And
Oh yes, oh.
Hugolaz?
It plays 7 characters, not 8.
Oh yes, it's true. That
Uh,
is one of the weirdest things. I thought playing 6 was odd, but playing 7, and you say that's where I find myself. 8 is too much.
yes, but with
Yeah.
7 you can always invite a friend to play with
Oh,
8 people.
touche, touche. Okay, okay, touche. Yes, touche.
Or use a
Hugolaz?
companion.
Hugolaz?
My Hugolaz is very simple. It's just my name, and that's just my name, but shortened.
Okay, fair enough.
It's
Sweet and
that
simple.
easy. It's just I had this same how do you say that in English, pseudonym.
Yeah, pseudo.
Yep. I had this pseudo from since I was 4 years old.
Wow. Wow.
That's
Everything you do
like-
is lasting in time. You've streamed for 11 years. You have the same.
It's really, 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 yeah.
It's 23
really
years
old.
old. That is remarkable. Guys, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you anymore. I've freaking loved the conversation, every aspect of it. And I wanted, as usual, I finish with giving you guys the platform. I want you to take turns. I will switch scenes. Just tell us everything that you're excited about, that you want to tell us, something that you're working on in the future, how to find you, and especially how best to support you, even if that means, as we've discussed it earlier, sending you $10,000 in PayPal, Hugolaz. So tell us how you like to be supported and things that you really like coming from the community generally. And anybody fancy starting?
I can start if you want.
The floor is yours.
Already pasted my links, but just to say anything, my content creation is mainly based around the Twitch and mainly live streaming, because doing an Ironman challenge, as you could say, takes a lot of time, really a lot of time. And even though at the moment I'm really trying to go for to focus on a YouTube video, I still do a lot of live streaming on Twitch. And just to clarify things, I know that I might seem sometimes like someone that gets easily angry, and especially when I talk about Feka. Strange, after all. But one thing that I want to point out is just that I'm really passionate about the game, and I can sometimes make my how could I say that? I can make my emotions get out of hand. I would say that,
Yeah.
but most of the time I just want to share my point of view of the game and the passion I have about it. And I think that a little overreaction it isn't too bad to, how would you say that, to present the way you think of the game, or the ways you think of doing content creation.
Amazing. Thank you so much. The links
Yes.
are posted up. Guys, please do give them a check at a minimum and do support. How do you like to be supported? What things get you excited? Is it likes? Is it comments? Is it
Just
notifications?
to say the least, just having someone to talk to on stream is already a great addition, and makes you want to stream the next day. It's as
Awesome.
simple as that.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. And we'll switch to Ongo. Do you want to post your links as well for us, please?
Oh yes. Oh, David. Yes, you can find me on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Guidactik. You can find me on the forum or everywhere else. I think I'm on a lot of Discords as well. But no, I really did enjoy the time that I spent with you on this live. It was a very nice experience. And globally, I would say that we still have many good moments to have on Dofus and with the new game engine Unity, and we should keep the same and do better. I don't think we have much to expect from the future, so let's keep our heads up and stay on the good path.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you both for accepting to this crazy talk in English. It's incredible to me. I have had I'm just going to mute that. Livroki is gone on my stream. I could hear him. Thank you so much for accepting. I hope this won't be the last time we will see you on this channel or in the international community. I think you're part of it, whether you like it or not. We watch your content, we see what you do, we consume your content, and we like you for being here with us today. Please, if you have anything that you want us to get excited about, the International Pub is the place to post it. As I said, there is a specific dedicated channel for people to post creator info, and just put whatever you fancy there that you want us to check out. Whether we have people who write newspaper articles now, they fall more in line with what you do, Angom. You could possibly just send them a
I would be
message.
curious about how many people would like to see an English version of Guidactik, because
That's question.
It's something we thought about at the early stage of the site, but we currently don't have the time to handle all the translation. So, but I can set up a parallel site or a subversion of the website. It's not something that's out of reach. It's more about how the amount of work that would be required to have proper translations for all the content.
Yeah. Guidactik, for those of you who don't know, can you just give us a very quick 1 minute rundown on what it is? Because people are asking about it.
It's information about video games, and more specifically, currently Dofus Waven, Dofus Touch, Dofus Retro. We like to talk about the games. We don't cover everything and anything. We like to have our subjects and to handle the information and data about those subjects.
Amazing. Just to add one last thing and then we finish up here. If you want to know how many people, the question you've asked, you can start a poll on that channel and people will see it, and you will get the votes and see how many people are interested or not. And I wish you both the best of luck with the new changes that are happening the next month and everything you have planned. Thank you both for being here. I hope it won't be the last time. Lots of love to you both, and Skyzio, who is not with us here. I know he was super busy, so I'm still surprised he accepted to come on. And I shall see you around. Let's raid someone and then continue on with our night. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, let's raid Bruno. Raid. And say hi to another fellow international content creator, Angom, Hugolaz, and Skyzio. If you hear this in the future or you're still listening, thank you all so very much. That was today's International Dofus podcast with Angom, Hugolaz, and Skyzio. I look forward to what the future holds on the podcast, but I think we've done very well today with this conversation. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you all on Thursday or whatever it is I'm streaming next. I can't say.